Welcome in. It's the BP311 Weekday Sports Pick Show for Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. And as I had told you, it might be a late night show dropping in the morning. Could be an early morning live. Could be an afternoon live. And that's what it is. It's Plan C because I didn't get to the golf course today because it's covered in snow. Welcome back, winter part 4. Effing Michigan. Anyway. I do plan to be on the golf course tomorrow as a reschedule before it rains for 4 or 5 days. So I'm going to take my spots, pick my shots, do the best I can, and have a couple of these on the golf course tomorrow. TJ Salt Dogs joining us live. I appreciate that. I just fresh off the Johnny Hahn Wins YouTube program. We talk baseball, hockey, basketball. Here, I'm going to add in a little bit of golf for you. It is Tuesday. I said Tuesday or Wednesday I'd have some golf picks for you. I consider them ideas, put fractions of a unit on them. But if like last week, we hit one, man, it's a big winner. Works out really great. And, I can give you picks for weeks and not feel bad about it. So, cheers. We're going to get started. Yesterday, not the best work. I liked the White Sox, and then they didn't play. Postponed. I knew that by the time I went out live yesterday. 2 plays. And I'm guessing, Terry, that you and I had the same play because I saw that you went 1-1-1 in the NHL. I'm guessing we both had that push. I took the Kraken and the Senators on the over 6, 4-2 Seattle victory over Ottawa, and a push on that one. The other game I had was the Nuggets, and they let me down twice on the money line in the first 2 games. They're 0-2. They look like trash against Golden State, to be honest, losing by 20 or 30 points a game. Jokic can't do it by himself. B is getting shut down by Draymond Green. I watched a lot of that game, and I thought the Nuggets could have won this series, and it's looking like that's not going to happen. They might take a game in Denver. I'm not sure I'm ready to take them again on the money line, or not even sure I'm ready to take them to cover at this point. I've lost too much. I put them on winning the series. I put them to win game 1, put them to win game 2. I keep getting burned, and not sure I'm going back for any more punishment there. 0-1-1 for Monday for me. Not my best work at all. However, hey, the push, save some face, save some cash to spend next time. And I took advantage of a lot of promotions yesterday. I don't think I mentioned them on here, and if I didn't, I apologize. But there was a lot of stuff going on early in the playoffs, same game parlay, risk-free stuff with PointsBet, $20, FanDuel, $20, DraftKings, $10. The DraftKings ones I hit. The Mavericks won. Brunson got his points, and Donovan Mitchell got his points, so that made me $40 profit off a $10 bet. Definitely saved my day. Also took the Mavericks live in the third quarter, and then when they were down at plus 250, exciting to see them come back and win a career performance in game 2. If they can get Luka back by game, they can still win this series. And I've got Dallas to win the series. And I don't know what the line on is. Is it now? But it's probably just as good, if not better, than it was when I took it at about 250. So consider that. Go into the golf ideas first, because if you watch Johnny, we just done everything. And if you didn't, look, you got all my plays ready today if you watched the show. Okay. And even if I'm not going to be on the show, watch the show. These guys have some great picks, some great insight, especially in Major League Baseball early in the season. I support Johnny Hahn Wins. Support Bo Dunn Wins. Check out T-Mac, TJ Salt Dog, and the Dog Pound. He's talking hockey. We're going to get to that in just a minute. Let's do golf first. We won on Spieth last week. Me and Jeff both we threw $5 on Jordan Spieth at plus 3,900 and cashed out $200. So, and it's an idea play because it's a fraction of a unit. We went over this a couple times. These are the golf ideas for this weekend in the Zurich Classic in New Orleans, and it's not a one-man deal anymore. Now it's a team scenario. So it's partners and a little harder to pick. I took 2. I like Ryan Palmer and Scotty Scheffler at plus 1,100. And I read the breakdown. Palmer can, he can tee off real well. Scheffler's really good, and the short range and the putting. Scheffler's one of the best players in the world right now. I think these guys got a real good chance of winning, and the books think so as well. You want the long shot? Here's the long shot. Taylor Gooch, Max Homa, plus 2,500. Look, let's take a shot, right? I like both these players. They're both gritty, and I think that there's a chance. There's an outside chance, maybe as outside, if not more, than what Spieth did. So let's give it a shot. This thing runs the 22nd through the 25th. It's coming up pretty quick, and this weekend in New Orleans, Xerix Classic partnership deal. So, teams, whatever. Weird to do that in golf, but interesting nonetheless. We'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully one of our picks hits, and if not, we're still up big from Jordan Spieth. So congratulations to Jordan Spieth and everybody who had him to win, as he was a big dark horse in this tournament at plus 3,900, about 40 times your money. We can move to the NHL if that's what we want to do. Terry won last night. Flames minus 1.5 to cover. They've been playing some really good hockey down the stretch, one of the best teams in the Western Conference, and I look for them to make a push. Lost the Avalanche over 6.5 because, I think it was who they were playing. I'm going to take a look real quick right now because I didn't take the game. I had no action on it. And Colorado's good, but they're kind of like the Jazz to me. I feel like every year in the playoffs they choke. If they meet the Calgary Flames in the playoffs, I think they're going to get beat. They took the Capitals. They actually lost the game 3-2. They didn't put up their end of the goals either. Colorado can't just be the, be-all, end-all dominating force all the time. Same thing with the Dodgers. Same thing with anybody who is, Suns. Same thing with any team. They can't be that good all the time. You know what I mean? They can't be the dominating force that just be all, end all, and crush world eat all the time. So it's going to happen. And I wouldn't have taken them with the Capitals. I like the Caps. I've liked Caps overs in the first half of this season, maybe even into 2/3 of the season. Down the stretch, they're not playing like they were. They beat the Avalanche. That's an accomplishment. I can't take that away from them, but I don't think they're overs anymore. I stick with the Kraken. We got about 6 games to go per team in the NHL. So about a week and a half until the regular season ends. And then, May 2nd, the playoffs will start. So might as well give you the programming note right now. For Wednesday, it will be a late night, 1 a.m. show. Or plan B, it'll be maybe 11 a.m. quick live show, depending on how late I stay up tonight and if I close the sports world down or not. But I'll be on the golf course tomorrow. I won't be able to join Johnny and T-Mac. They'll be talking some great baseball. I'm sure they'll be talking about the NBA playoffs as well. They don't seem to dabble too much in the hockey. Let's get into hockey now. It's supposedly my specialty. I've been doing good in the NHL for a long time. I've made a lot of my money there, and I love watching it. So, and I talked about that a little bit on Johnny's show. I mean, in the NBA, these guys are prima donnas. They've got a little bit entitled for sure. John has said that. If they're up and they're in the playoffs, a lot of these teams don't even care. They don't want to play at the end of the season. The last 2 weeks really hard to predict. You got a lot of load management going on. Hockey, this doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I mean, in Seattle, they're not playing their top goalie Grubauer because they're not going anywhere, right? They're playing Dreiser. Dreiser's actually playing pretty good, so he's continuing to play. I'm sure Grubauer will get a couple starts here before the season's over, but for the most part, load management doesn't happen in hockey. These guys are not prima donnas. They're not getting as big a contracts as they are in the NBA, and they fight from game 1 to game 82. They fight from minute 1 to minute 59, no matter what the score is. And I really appreciate that about the NHL. So I got 2 plays for you tonight. They're both going to be puck lines, which are different for me. No overs today for me. No money lines today for me. I like the Red Wings to keep it close with the Lightning. I like the Red Wings to cover a 1.5 puck line against Tampa Bay Lightning. Games on 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus, and it's a plus 160 right now over at PointsBet. I grabbed it last night or early this morning, maybe plus 165, a little bit better of a line, but hey, it's still good, plus money, and all they have to do is cover, keep it close, and I think they can. They play really hard against really good teams. They beat the Canes on Friday 3-0. I think they can keep this thing close, and there's an off chance that they win, and they're like plus 400 on the money line. So if you want to lightly sprinkle that, It's a thought. It's a lean. Not even an idea. I might go, actually, knowing what they do, knowing how they work, seeing their boosts over and over. If you have the Firekeepers app, and I may do it myself after I'm done recording here, is go over there and see what they got, because they may be boosting the Red Wings to plus 450 or something. They like to boost hometown big dogs, and 450. I mean, you never know. It's worth a shot, worth a $5 shot like Spieth was, right? That you cast it out for 200. Moving on, I like the Vancouver Canucks -1.5, other side of the lane on the puck line tonight against the Ottawa Senators. Vancouver needs this win. They need this win in dominating fashion. Both teams are on a back-to-back. It's in Vancouver. If they're going to make the playoffs, they have to keep winning. There's just no two ways about it. The Stars and the Predators have 91 points. The Golden Knights have 87, and the Canucks have 86. 2 out of these 4 teams will make the wild card in the NHL Western Conference for the playoffs. And right now, Vegas and Vancouver on the outside looking in against Dallas and Nashville. I think it's going to be Nashville. And I think there's an outside chance it's going to be Vancouver. But they got to get past Vegas, and they got to get past Dallas. So let's just wait and see what happens. But I think it's going to be entertaining. I think the Vancouver is going to leave it all on the ice tonight, -1.5 against the Senators. Game's on 10 o'clock. ESPN Plus. You know, my palate gets dry, especially 11.5 minutes gone. Appreciate you all from joining me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep the channel growing. Tell your friends. Show me some love. And we'll be coming back at you with This Week in Sports Betting. Episode 3, Saturday, 12 p.m., BP311 TJ Salt Dog. I'll leave the guests a mystery, but likely if we have guests, it'll be Dulcetto and or Matt Kowalas. The 4th episode will be the following weekend. Still waiting to make that official announcement as far as who it's gonna be and exactly what time and what date, but it'll probably be a Friday or a Saturday, likely a Saturday at the end of April, and we probably will have another show 2 days later, 3 days later, because Monday, May 2nd is gonna be an NHL special, and I've got a buddy, Corey, from the Wagers Lounge Discord that has agreed to come on and talk the NHL playoffs with me on day 1 before any of the games actually officially start. We're going to talk game 1 for Monday and Tuesday likely. We'll talk first round series predictions. We'll talk Stanley Cup winner predictions, and I'm looking really forward to that as the hockey guy. So a lot coming down the pipeline, a lot in the works for the BP311 show. For This Week in Sports Betting with TJ Salt Dog and BP311. Don't forget about the Kentucky Derby. We're going to do horses. We're going to do all kinds of stuff, man. We've covered rugby, UFC, NBA, NHL, MLB, USFL. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to continue to give you content that other people don't. So if you like it, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and grow it for me. Help me. Help us. And if you don't, just keep scrolling, because negative comments, especially if you've got nothing to contribute, they get deleted. Moving on to the Major League Baseball. I wanted the White Sox yesterday. Game got postponed for rain. Maybe it was snow. I'm not sure what was going on down in Cleveland, but I can tell you we got a few inches up here in the thumb in Michigan. Well, game's supposed to take place tonight, 6:10 p.m. You're going to have to stream this one. Can't tell you where you're going to find it otherwise, unless you're going to pay for it on extra innings. But I like the White Sox. I like the bats for the White Sox. They're playing the Cleveland Guardians. They're plus 125 in the money line. White Sox are 6-3. Guardians are 4-5. You got Dallas Keuchel on the mound, 5.4 ERA. Not great. Shane Bieber, 2.7 ERA. Technically, this year he's a better pitcher so far. Look, I don't think Keuchel's that bad. I think he's going to have some good games early in the season. As the season progresses, at his age, he's probably going to regress as well. I don't worry about him too much earlier in the season, and I really don't worry about Chicago being able to hit. And I think they will. I think that the bats will get them to victory. Terry down in Lafayette, Indiana, got about an inch of snow yesterday, and it's going to be 80 for him on Saturday. I think it's going to be 70 this weekend up here. I am about an hour north of Detroit, about 30 minutes east of Flint. So I'm looking forward to playing some golf tomorrow. High of 50 degrees, good enough for me. A little damp, a little wet. I don't shoot great. I'm not a professional golfer by any stretch of the imagination. If I can break 100, I'm having a good day. But I enjoy the game. I have a couple beers with some friends, and I have a great time. So cheers to that. And I will have a show for you tomorrow, but it'll be shorter. And it'll either drop from night before at 9 or 10 a.m. or it'll happen around 10:30, 11 o'clock live, and I won't be available tomorrow afternoon. Been looking forward to this for 6 months to get it out there. Grip it and rip it, says Mr. TJ Salt Dog, and I plan to do exactly that, my friend. We're rolling long today, 15 and a half minutes, but that's okay. I got one more play for you, and it's in Major League. Oh, I got two more. Major League Baseball. I'm loving the Toronto Blue Jays tonight, plus 125 on the money line against the Boston Red Sox. Blue Jays are 6-4. Red Sox are 5-5. Games on at 7:10 on MLB Network. Both teams have won 2 of their last 3 games. Kikuchi, not the best pitcher, 5.4 ERA. Nathan Eovaldi, 4.5 ERA. Neither one of these pitchers are very good. It's probably going to be cold in Boston. I'm not sure what the wind situation is. You know, there may be a lot of runs here. Against all first 2-week unders and all that stuff we've talked about in the past, there's still – one second. Something in my can. I got to fix it later. I still think there could be a lot of runs in this game. So I'm going to give you a lean on the over in this one. But I like the Blue Jays to get it done today against the Red Sox. Red Sox, I think they're overrated. There's some people that I'm trying to get to come on my show that aren't going to like that I'm saying this, and I'm sorry. I don't like the Yankees either, so don't, I'm a Cardinal, Tiger, Braves, and recently Marlins fan. That's kind of where I'm at. And all be all, St. Louis Cardinals, most successful team in National League history. The Yankees, all right. NBA, I don't like these spreads. I don't like any of these spreads. I mean, I know Phoenix is good and New Orleans is lucky to be here, but 9.5 points is too many for me. Either side. I guess if I'm saying 9.5 is too many for me, I could go with Terry and take the plus 9.5 for New Orleans. I don't believe in it. I actually think Phoenix is going to win. I'm just not sure they're going to get to double digits in doing so. I'm taking Phoenix minus 4.5, but I'm not taking it straight. I wasn't going to take Phoenix minus 570 on a money line because I don't pay those type of VIGs. I had to parlay this thing. It was minus 250 for Phoenix minus 4.5. I'm going to combine that with the Grizzlies money line at minus 270 and get a minus 108, getting a normal line on a 2-leg in the NBA playoffs tonight. I think the Grizzlies are going to even the series up. I think the Grizzlies are the better team. I think Karl-Anthony Towns could fall out this game. I think that the Eagles are going to be exposed. I'm not going to say they're frauds, but they don't belong. Do they belong? Sure. Do they belong in the next round? Absolutely not. The Grizzlies are going to roll tonight. And they don't have to win by anything more than a point. I don't care what the total is. I don't care if it goes to overtime. This series is going to be entertaining. This game's going to be entertaining. I'm going to want to watch it. The Suns, Pelicans, not so sure how close it'll be. As long as they cover 5 points, we're good. Minus 108 on that double NBA parlay. Terry says the wind's blowing out at 11 miles per hour in Boston. It's not really enough for me to think that it's going to be necessarily a high-scoring game based on that. I don't like either one of the pitchers. So I'm thinking based on that, it could be a high-scoring game. We'll see what happens. I'm going to recap these plays and ideas for you. Look, the NBA parlay, based on the fact that it's a parlay and the fact, well, no. I dropped the same amount on it, so I can't say that. Based on the fact that it's parlay, I'm going to leave it as an idea. I don't want it to count against or for my record. It's going to be the Suns minus 4.5 and the Grizzlies money line combined at minus 108. The golf, we know their ideas. We know they're fractions of a unit. So it's Ryan Palmer and Scotty Scheffler together in the combo plus 1,100 of the Zurich's Classic. And it's the underdogs, the dark horses, Taylor Gooch and Max Homa plus 2,500. The official plays. And I've got 4. It's 2 in the NHL. It's 2 in the MLB. MLB is the White Sox plus 125 against the Boston. I'm sorry. White Sox plus 125 against the Cleveland Guardians. It's going to take me a long time to be able to say that without having to think about it. And the Guardians they've lost the last 3 games, while the White Sox have won 2 out of 3, and the bats for Chicago are always prevalent. Other game, Toronto Blue Jays plus 125 against the Boston Red Sox. There it is. And the NHL, the Detroit Red Wings plus 1.5 puck line against Tampa Bay Lightning for plus 160. Loving the play, loving the value. Vancouver Canucks to try to stay in the playoff hunt in the wild card for the Western Conference. Minus 1.5 against the Ottawa Senators tonight. I mean, you got to figure out what you want to watch, guys. So The Suns are playing the Pels at 10 o'clock on TNT. The Canucks are playing the Senators at 10 o'clock on ESPN+. Both late games. You're tracking backwards. You've got the Red Wings and Lightning on at 7 on ESPN+. You got the White Sox and the Guardians on at 6:10. You got the Blue Jays and the Red Sox on at 7:10. The Grizzlies and the T-Wolves are on at 8:30, right in between. That one's on NBA TV. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. 20 minutes is probably my longest show to date. I want to thank Johnny Hahn and T-Mac for having me on live a little bit ago here. Go back and check that out. I want to thank TJ Salt Dog, Terry Saltzman for coming on live, talking to me, chatting with me during the show. I love the interaction. I want to thank TJ Salt Dog, Matt Kowalis, and Bill Settle for coming on for week 2 of This Week in Sports Betting, and as many of them as we can get for week 3, Saturday, 12 p.m. right here on BP311's YouTube channel. More the merrier. We're going to come at you with episode 3. Definitely going to deep dive NHL. Definitely going to deep dive NBA. Definitely at least going to give you a soccer pick from Dolcetto, even if he can't join the program. And if we get Matt, we get more NBA. We'll get more UFC. Who knows? Dolcetto might come with some rugby for you. With that being said, join me tomorrow. Join me every day, Monday through Friday, for BP311's Weekday Sports Pick Show. If it's not preempted and replaced by This Week in Sports Betting, it'll be on this Saturday at noon. Check out Johnny Hahn live. Johnny Hahn wins on YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for coming. Love y'all. Keep it profitable and make some money.